Check this out, folks. Look at this. It's still warm. The monks just baked this. Here it is. It's 5:45 in the morning. The loaf of bread just came out of the oven about 20 minutes ago. We got the honey that Charlie, me, and Stan got from that video. Look at that. Stan, this is some honey. Stan bottled this stuff up and gave it to us. And this morning, what are we going to do with this, Charlie?
We're going to cut it open and put some honey on it.
I don't think we're going to cut it. We're just going to rip this stuff and eat it.
Rip it.
We
don't have a knife.
This is what bee wranglers do before they get on the job, because we got one to go on. So, Charlie, go ahead. You do the honors and break off our bees.
I get to break the bread.
Look at that. Look how it just breaks open like that. Awesome. Can you see the steam coming out of it? Oh,
nice.
The smell is awesome. And I'll take my
Too bad this is not smell-o-vision.
Oh, this is great. Look, we pour a little bit of honey on this.
A little bit. I hope he's not diabetic.
And we're going to have us some honey bread right here.
Oh yeah. This is living.
Y'all need to come wrangling with me and Charlie. Y'all could partake of this too. All right, let's eat this stuff and get going.
We need to go wrangle.
Hello, Mr. Ed here. Today is June 29th, 2021. We are in historic old Mandeville. This city right here, this is where I actually delivered mail for 27 years. And the little route that Charlie videoed as we were coming in, I delivered mail all up in there. In fact, the spot where we are today, I delivered to this place. I saw them build this house, and that was probably, it was over 30 years ago that they built this place right here. So it's been here for a while. But today what we got, you know, so typical with elevated houses and bees. Bees love to get into these areas because it's ideal situation for them. They're high up, they're protected from the elements, it's insulated. I mean, these guys, it's everything you could want, the bees could want. And so they choose these areas. Now, Charlie and I came here. Charlie, can you get in that picture right there? Because Charlie is here. We're up so high. There's his hand. There's his hand. We're up high because we're about, I guess, about 12 feet up right here. And we came here last year to move the bees out, and the bees, that colony died out. And they were in the exact same position. And I'm going to grab the camera in a few minutes and show you what we got going. But the bees These bees right here moved in maybe about 3 weeks ago, I believe the homeowner said. I wanted to get out here as early as I could before they really start developing. So here it is 3 weeks later, so they're probably going to be a lot. And according to the FLIR, it is kind of large, but it's not too bad. But the bees had comb that was in there already, so they already had a jump start just to clean that stuff up and start working it again. And when I remove the plywood from underneath here, we'll be able to get a better picture of it. But until then, for right now, let me grab the camera right now, and I'm going to show you where the bees are right here and show you what the bees look like on the FLIR as well. Now here's what we're looking at. You can see the bees all clustered up down there. In fact, you can hear them. Listen. And all these stains on the cinder blocks right here, this is all honey stains that as that hive died out last year and the comb started disintegrating and leaking honey, all this stuff was leaked out onto these brick piers. And those are the girls that we're going to go in and remove today. I think I'll skip the FLIR. We're just going to go ahead and remove the plywood. And by the grace of God, these girls right here, they're coming up to the Abbey with me. Charlie, you ready to wrangle some bees?
Let's go wrangle.
All right, let's do it. Changed my mind. Decided to show you what the FLIR's image of the FLIR looks like. And you can see at this point right in here, here are a colony of bees right there. And I want to take that whole section of plywood off, but they've got it stapled so good, I'm just going to wind up cutting that one section where the bees are and pulling that section down. But that really is a large swarm of bees that moved into it, because that is covering a pretty good area. And here's what we're looking at. I mean, these girls were really worked up. Now, I have to say though, for the last 4 days, we've been having a lot of rain. And so for that reason, all the nectar has been washed up off the flowers over here. So the field bees, they've got nothing to do. They're stuck in the hive. And all of a sudden, Mr. Ed comes along and says, hey, y'all gotta go. And they're not happy about it. And there were all the bees, we were here early in the morning, so all the bees were in this hive. And they came out and they took out all that anger that was in them because they've been cooped up for 3 days, all out of me and Mr. Charlie. But I got them calmed down. I had to use that smoke. It was just so bad. And had to use the smoke on them, but they've settled down a lot. Now, you can tell this is the remnants of the hive that was here last year. And I'm just going to start removing this comb and getting down to where the bees are, which is going to be down at this end right here. The bees at this end, they've just been cleaning this stuff up. But down at this end, and look, you can see this stuff, it's hard. But then the stuff down where the bees have been working, look how soft and nimble it is. Really, they rework it and make it come back, bring it back to life. You can see, this is where I made my first cut with my saw. Yeah, and I was about 3 inches from the edge, so I came back and opened that up. All right, it's time to remove comb now. I've now removed, I think, 7, maybe 8 pieces of comb, and we start to hit our brood section now. And you can see this is drone brood right here, but look right here, we got some worker brood mixed in with it. But the sad thing about this removal, at least for the homeowner, she's happy that the bees are going, but unfortunately we discovered an active termite colony in this house. So she's not happy about that, and I can understand. You can see the damage that these termites have done. This subfloor is so soft. It's probably almost all the way gone. And this is the bathroom directly above us right here. So that problem she's going to have to address. So in a way, it's a good thing we're removing these bees, because she was not aware of a termite issue. And now that has been brought to light, she can address that and get this fixed. So we're probably halfway through right now, about halfway through. And you can see the damage from how the old comb, how irregular all this comb is, but how these bees have corrected all that. They're starting to build out on it. They're filling in those gaps. Interesting right here, these little passageways, those are bee doors, and the bees make that in the comb so they can pass through the, just like that one's doing, they can pass through the center of the comb instead of going all the way to the outside of the edge. But there's always a bee space for the bees to crawl through. So it's about 3/8 of an inch on both sides of where the comb is attached, so the bees can travel through the comb. And generally at the top, it's welded to the top. But because we have such extensive termite damage on this one, you can see the comb is just hanging there on that subfloor. And it's definitely it's been an issue for me to remove that comb, and the homeowner is definitely gonna have to get this addressed. All right, let's go ahead and remove some more comb. And as we work our way back, pushing our bees back, I'm hoping I'm pushing our queen. And since we're in the brood section now, we can kind of hope that we'll find her. Hot out here. And the homeowner felt so sorry for me, she went and got me a rag with cool water on it. And man, this thing is nice. I'm going to have to start doing this as a regular practice.
Oh, don't expect me to be tall enough.
Please, Charlie, you're going to have to start bringing this in your equipment with the water and the cold drinks and the sandwiches.
Oh, that's just too much.
This is nice. Thank you, Susan. No, that's the sweat that just came off of me.
Yeah, we believe that.
Oh, that was nice. I never did that before. It was really good. There goes my clip.
I've got one right here. Don't panic. Yet. Come on, girl.
Look at that. Thank you, Jesus, for that find. With that queen safely in our cage, just a few more minutes, we'll cut out those pieces of comb, get this job wrapped up, and we'll show you what we got at the end of this before we head on back to the Abbey. That was a pretty good catch with this one. Woo. Well, folks, it ain't there no more. That's right. That was a rather substantial swarm that had moved into there. My guess, 5 weeks top that's been in there. I think you had at least the brood hatches starting to come out. So, you know, 3 weeks for her to lay, for them to come out, a week for her to get ready. And so, yeah, 5 weeks. I think 5 weeks is a good estimation for the time these bees went here. And they really did a lot of work. But of course, the swarm was a pretty big one. Let me show you what we got as we load everything in the van. I was really surprised to find that this comb was in as good a shape as it was in. All of this comb was the honeycomb at the end of the hive, and man, I'm going to be able to frame a lot of this stuff up and give it right back to the bees. In fact, most of it. On this one, this was some more of the honeycomb, but you can see we started to get into the brood. And then on this one, there were 3 more good frames of brood, and that's on one of those is where we caught our queen, was on that. And I told Charlie, I said, we took about a 10-minute break, and I told him, I said, you know, sometimes that queen will come out, you rest the hive, and the queen will get back on that brood. And that's really exactly what happened, because she could have run all the way to the back and hid like they do a lot, but we gave it a little break, and she came out, showed her big old butt, and we nabbed her. So we're going to load all this stuff up, and we're going to close this video out. I almost forgot to show you all the bees that we vacuumed up. Look at this. Got to be, oh my gosh, easily 15,000 bees in here. And of course, our Royal Highness right there. Very nice. You can get in here?
Yeah, I think I can do it.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up. All right, come on. Tell me your thoughts today.
My thoughts. It was pretty much straightforward. A little bit of a problem getting the ceiling down, but you know, once he got that, then we were rolling after that. I thought everything went pretty good. And the main part is that we found the queen. That's the best part of the whole morning.
Yeah, I definitely like it when we find our queen.
Oh yeah.
So there, you know, we had the bees in there, but unfortunately, we also discovered that there was termites in that location. And so now the homeowners, they've already contacted their bug service people, and they're going to be coming out and taking care of that. They've already got their carpenter. A lot of these people, they want to get on the go.
They're
but
rolling.
It really is, in a way, the bees really did help these people, because they let them know that they had an active termite hive in there. So in a way, bees helped them out, and now the bees are going to help the monks out up at the Abbey.
That's it.
So what you got?
Oh, that's about it. Thanks for watching.
Keep on watching.
We'll be making more.
God bless, Mr. Ed.
And good time, Charlie.
We're out until the next video.